Deciding when to leave for a multi-day passage is always difficult.
Ready to go?
I am. But this time, the decision on when to leave Sicily and point our bow towards Sardinia was plagued by heavy weather systems, nightly lightning storms, and unpredictable winds. We spent some time exploring the gorgeous island of Favignana, just waiting for the right time to cross. And then, we finally made a split-second decision to leave in the middle of the night. Join us as we stow away in the night and find ourselves rewarded with the best multi-day passage we've done so far.
I'm Aladino. I'm both Swiss and Italian and a boat builder by profession.
And I'm Maya, a Canadian artist and sailor. This is our home, Magic Carpet. She's a Vinda 32, though she's only 28 feet long. And 4 years ago, she fell 20 feet off a crane onto concrete. Insurance wrote her off, but Aladino bought her, fixed her, and now she's our home. Our mission? To sail around the world as slowly as possible. We were anchored on the island of Favignana, a protected natural park on Sicily's east coast. It certainly wasn't a bad place to spend time waiting for the weather. We even did a bit of hiking on the island. Adventure time! So we're hiking up to this castle that we can see from the boat. It's on the top of this hill. Don't know if there's a trail up there yet. I'm sure there is somewhere.
Maybe it's another gated, fenced military operation.
We never know, but we're gonna hike up there. So we found a trail that seems to be going up. I don't know if it'll get us to the castle, but it's for sure getting us closer than we were at the bottom.
Yes, this is fantastic. There is a little goat trail continuing into the right direction.
Sure enough, the trail kept leading up, and after a little while we arrived at the old castle, which was open and available for exploration. Look at these barrels. What do you think was in them? Water? Or wine. We are in Sicily, I guess. Ooh.
Generator?
A generator. So this place must have been used relatively recently. I mean, recent
I'm sure
enough.
it was, yeah.
It's pretty destroyed though. I mean, the walls are all crumbling in and...
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh,
Gross.
a battery.
Battery.
Ooh, don't touch it.
There's the other one. Huh. But it still is incredibly modernized. The walls are all redone.
Yeah.
And there's all those,
Modern
military things.
conveniences.
Here, now it says Marina Militare.
Oh yeah.
Numero Lordo. I don't know, fuel for generators.
Oh my gosh, a bathtub. Hey, wow, this is a nice bathroom.
This
This is beautiful.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness. The bathtub with that view. Oh wow.
Weird, just
Crazy.
from like, it must be green from water simmering through.
I don't know.
Maybe that's what carved that shape into it.
No idea.
That is. Never seen that.
I'm not sure about proper castle terminology, but what I might call the rooftop terrace was also accessible, so we walked out into the sunshine and enjoyed a gorgeous view of the island.
I went inside first time. I was not disappointed, that's too strong of a word, but it being more militaresque and less ancient castle vibes, I was a little disappointed by that. But what I actually love is the terrace up here and how they didn't change anything on the outside, and from outside it still looks like the medieval castle that it used to be. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. We eventually walked back home past donkeys and cows, back to our little home on the water. It seemed like we'd have a window to leave in the next few days, but everything was still so unpredictable that we weren't 100% sure. The wind had picked up a little bit, but nothing too serious. I relaxed as the sun sank down and played a little music.
Wind is picking up and it's getting a little bit uncomfortable here. Not that we wouldn't be safe. It is a super good holding ground. It's more that we kind of can't say no to this wind. Yeah, it's a very, very nice breeze, very windy. So we actually thought, wouldn't it be lovely to cross having this wind?
So we've been kind of waiting for this weather window to cross over to Sardinia, and we thought it wouldn't happen for a few days because of this storm coming up from the south, but the forecast has just changed really drastically. We've actually got north winds again now, and that thing from the south just kind of died out and didn't really do much. Right now we have perfect winds to leave with a downwind sailing right towards Sardinia, so I think we're going to go. But before we go, we do want to have enough diesel on board just in case for safety, and maybe we'll need it. I don't know, the winds are looking good, but we're gonna go fill up in town and then we'll leave. But we probably won't actually get to leave until about 9, but that's okay because just the amount of hours it'll take for the crossing. Leaving in the evening's actually better if we want to arrive with daylight, which is always nicer. So yeah, that's it. That's our plan right now. Look at the moon! Fireplace, do you know? And look, there's the castle that we hiked to. It's so nicely lit up at night. And so we decided to go. As the sun set and the moon rose, we began the journey.
I'm almost getting seasick just getting to the fuel dock. Yeah, the seas got quite steered up so quickly, yeah. Well, because the wind keeps changing direction. Yeah, kind of. So the waves are just don't know where to go. Yeah. So the fuel dock is already closed for the evening, but I think we're just gonna go with the jerry cans to like the regular gas station, fill up there. I disagree. So Aladino just came back from getting fuel with the jerry cans and had quite an interesting story to share with me, and I thought that he might, whoops, playing with the camera, I thought he might share it with you as well. Dini? Yeah, that was quite the mission. Besides the story and the encounter, it was so far away, not like my thought on the map. It was a different one, very far, and those are incredibly heavy. It was difficult. Yeah. But when I got to the gas station, I choose one of 4 pumps. I choose number 4, and I'm filling up, and then a car comes by with 2 35-year-old women sitting inside, I think also a girl in the back seats, and they come exactly at pump number 4 too. And she steps out. And all the other pumps were empty? Yeah, all the other pumps were empty, and I was like, okay, I don't know, maybe they're broken or whatever. And she stops at number 4, and then she comes out of the car and walks around, and she goes like, makes a comment about my ass, how I'm filling the jerry jugs. So I go like, well, how else should I do this? And she goes like, nice ass. I go, yeah, this is getting interesting. And then she kind of says, well, you're at my favorite pump. And I go like, well, then it's gonna take a minute or two. And she kind of assumes from seeing me with the jerry cans and asks first question, are you a sailor? I go, yeah. And she goes like, oh, are you one of those guys who has a different woman in every harbor? And I go like, no. And then she keeps asking questions, and then she finds out like, ah, you're taken. I go like, yes, I'm married. Oh my God, how old are you? Yeah, it was yeah, they were in search.
They were looking for some booty.
Exactly, they were looking for some booty.
At the gas station.
Yeah.
Please.
So it turned into, I mean, it was a friendly conversation from the beginning, but it was quite the encounter.
That's so funny. I gotta keep an eye on you. I'm coming with you to get pizza.
Oh, my I'm a sweat puddle. I also gotta look for a hose now. Yeah, it's not fun to go off all sweaty like this.
Yeah, I can imagine.
These are the things you gotta do when you're a sailor.
With Aladino safely back home, we made all the final preparations for the crossing ahead. So we're just attaching the dinghy to deck.
And when you have a dock...
Oh, a submarine!
Oh.
Sorry, but that was crazy. Okay.
Night excursions.
Yeah. Wow. Alright. Alright, final preparations. We have the sea berth ready. And everything stowed away. Deanie is just doing last minute things. What you doing?
I put a reef in.
You put a reef in?
Without having the main up.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And now I'm preparing some fishing lure.
Nice. Setting up the wind vane. We are not experienced wind vane users, but yet. I'm gonna try it out on this crossing.
This line I can adjust the angle. Reset, and I'll drop the rudder in when we're out and about. Ready to go?
I am.
I've been searching in the dark, trusting every clue I found.
We finally slipped out of the harbor near midnight, and we raised the sails right away. The wind vane steered and the sails moved us, ghost-like, through the darkened water. This black line here is the course that we want to follow. That arrow is where we are, and then the red line pointing out from the arrow shows us our course, and it's always changing a little bit as the waves push us around a bit. So yeah, we're going about 5 knots, and the wind is coming from up here. Morning dawned slowly over the ocean. First a glow, barely perceptible, growing strong and stronger as time kept on. We had had good wind all night, and the seas were calm. I'm mostly a very happy person, but I'm also in my early 20s, and so of course I have questions about the future, and little uncertainties and anxieties and moments of sadness. And when I go out sailing far away from land, it's not like I completely forget about all those little things that are bothering me. They're still there, simmering in the back of my mind, but the difference is that they seem to no longer hold any weight. Out on the water, all of those thoughts become just thoughts, just questions. They don't take the form of anxiety or worry. I think a lot of my worries are about choices. What should I do? What path should I take? How should I spend this one life? But on the sea, and I mean really on the sea, when your destination lies many nautical miles beyond the horizon, on the sea there is only one choice. Keep going, respond to the wind, watch the compass. I'm lucky to experience these moments of total clarity, out there as the sun rises on an empty ocean. It may rain, it may shine, love will age like fine red wine. But if you think that time will change your ways, don't wait too long. The day passed by, and then the evening fell, and once more we were sailing through the night. Time can slip away Sometimes you gotta lose it all before you find your way. Take a chance, play your part, make romance. It might break your heart if you think that time will change your ways. No, wait too long. The next day the wind died down a little and we turned on the engine for a few hours. We made some food, did the dishes, and relaxed a little bit on deck.
Maya looking for shade.
Fortunately, the calm didn't last for long, and the wind soon picked back up.
When your life's been put on hold for far too long, when the sorrow and despair is growing strong, there is always something good to be obtained from breaking loose and leave the things that kept you chained.
Soon we were back on a downwind course with the wind vanes steering us along. The weather was fantastic and the barometer just kept on rising. After the past few weeks of dodging squalls nearly every day, this crossing was proving to be absolutely spectacular.
You guys gotta check out how this boat goes. We got full Genoa and one reef in the main. Tesla, our wind vane is steering, and yeah, we're around 5.5, 6.5 knots. It's fantastic.
Sure enough, the beautiful day faded into a beautiful evening. Magic Carpet was sailing incredibly well, and it looked like we were going to reach Sardinia in the very early morning. Aladino went to have a nap, and I settled in for the first watch of the night. Alright, sun is down below the horizon, the moon is up behind me, nav lights are on, sails are up, and yeah, time for me to settle into the cockpit, listen to some podcasts, and just wait as the boat sails us closer to Sardinia. So I've got first watch. I'll wake Aladino up probably sometime around midnight, something like that. And then he'll be awake for a bit, and then I'll be awake for a bit, and that's how it goes.
We're flying along. It's been the best passage ever, I think. We're averaging 5 knots, and I see a lighthouse in front of me. So that means Sardinia is about 20 nautical miles away. So if we keep up like that, another 4 to 5 hours, it's gonna be sunrise by then. Now it's 2 in the morning, but I might leave that to Maya, go wake her up, and go get my share of pillow tonight. Incredible boat, it just moves and goes. The wind was awesome, not too much waves. Fantastic, yeah.
And so, in the wee hours of the morning, just as first light was appearing, we rounded the lighthouse into the protected anchorage of Villa Simius. But that is for the next episode. As always, a giant thank you to our patrons for making this episode possible. If you enjoy our videos, then please head on over to Patreon for some extra behind-the-scenes content and special little bonuses, and help support the production directly. And an extra big thank you to these folks for going above and beyond every single week and every single month to make sure these videos keep happening. Thank you to all of you, and see you next episode.
Stay alive to prevent all the chaos.